guys! So today we're doing a recipe on a vegan gluten-free cheese, and this is sliceable and meltable, and it's delicious in toast. You get about 800 to 900 grams of cheese with this recipe, and it's actually really quick to make. It takes about half an hour, so if you want to see that, then just keep on watching. Okay, so for the vegan coconut milk cheese, you will be needing 2 full cans of coconut milk. These are 400 milliliters each. You will be needing some turmeric for the color if you would like to have it more of a cheese color. You will also be needing 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, 1 milliliter each of liquid smoke, garlic powder, and onion powder. In this dish, I have 1 teaspoon of, I guess it's called santan gum or guar gum, but it's just so that I won't get any lumps. And you will also be needing 2 teaspoons of fine Himalayan salt, 4 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, and 2 full tablespoons of agar powder, which is a vegan gelatin. So you're just going to combine it all in a casserole. So we're just going to turn up the heat on the stove to about a high medium. I'm using 7 out of 9 on my stove, and we'll be using both of the cans of coconut milk, so I'll just be adding them both in. If they've separated, that's okay. Mine has been standing in room temperature, so they're not hot, so we're just going to pour it all in there. And you will obviously be needing a casserole that has room for this. I would suggest at least 1 liter or more. Mine is probably about 2.5 liters. And we'll just let this heat up for a little bit, and we'll just be whisking with a regular whisk. Just wait for the milk to start getting a little bit hot, not too hot, because that will make the agar clump together. So the coconut milk has started steaming a little bit, so we're going to add the agar powder before it gets too hot. So I'm just going to whisk slowly and pour it in. Just whisk thoroughly so you know that there are no lumps of agar in your finished product. Once the agar is all into the mixture, you're just going to wait for it to boil, and then we can add the other ingredients. Okay, so my cheese mixture is just about starting to boil, so we're going to add in all the other ingredients. So we're going to start out with the nutritional yeast, and I'm just stirring while I go. Next is the Himalayan salt, just all in there. Same with the santan gum, the garlic and onion powder right in there, and I'm also going to add in the apple cider vinegar as well as the liquid smoke. Now I'm just going to wait and see what color this ends up being once it's done, and we're just going to add in some turmeric just for the color, and I like mine kind of yellow, so I'm just adding in a lot at once. Obviously this does not really do anything for the texture or the taste, but it does add a nice cheesy color to it, so we're just going to add it until you think that the color is fine. I like mine slightly on the yellow side, so I'm just going to do it like this. I think this is okay. It looks like a cheesy yellow. And now you're just going to stir this for 8 minutes continuously. If you do stir it for any less than that, it will not end up being a firm cheese. It will end up being more of like a mature brie, which is not what I want, but if you want that, and you can always boil it for less than 8 minutes. Okay, you guys, it's finally been 8 minutes, so I'm just going to turn the stove off, and I'm going to let this sit and cool down for just a little bit, just until it stops boiling. And then I'm just be adding them in some plastic containers. I know that these can handle the heat because they go up to 120 degrees Celsius. And I'll just be filling them both up about probably like halfway or until the pot is empty. And I'll just be sticking them in the fridge until tomorrow. Actually, it's enough with one. So I honestly thought that these were smaller than they are, but it's enough with one of them. So I'm just going to scoop the rest of the cheese out of the pot and into the container. So I'm just going to let this sit here and cool down until probably like I'm going to bed, because I don't want this to heat up all the other stuff in the fridge. So I'm just going to leave everything to cool down, and I'll show you what I make with this tomorrow morning.
Alright, so you just stick your cheese in the fridge and it will be good in the fridge for about 7 days. And I don't usually eat up all of that in a week, so I like to just cut it in half and put half of it in the freezer instead. So I'm just going to make a toast for breakfast. On my toast, I generally like to have some ketchup, and I also like to have kind of a lot of cheese. And to top it off, I like to have some pizza spice and some chili powder or cayenne pepper with more cheese. And on top of that, I'm having some green Tabasco, which is the jalapeno flavor. And I'm also putting a couple of leaves of basil on top. And then I'm just going to stick it into our little toaster. It's like an up table grill. And you just basically just leave it in there until it is melted through. And then midway through cooking, I'm just going to flip it around in the toaster so it doesn't get cooked more on one side than the other. Okay, so that was pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the recipe and let me know if you're going to try this out. Remember to comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!